Hello, good afternoon, beautiful people. How you all doing today? It's a new week, and today's Monday, and I am so glad today to be your host. I'm so glad today to be your host. My name is Goodness Friday. Goodness Friday. I'm here on Praise Mix Radio this afternoon, and the program we are to talk about today, basically, the name of the program is Mending Your Mind. Mending your mind, or you can say mending the mind. But you can follow us on our social media handle, and on Facebook we are Praise Mix Official. On YouTube we are Praise Mix TV, and then on Instagram we are Praise Mix Official also. And you can follow me too on Facebook. I am Goodness Friday. On my YouTube, Goodness Friday. On Instagram, Goodness Friday. Just simple. So the program today, we are talking about the mind. But before we proceed, we'll just take a little music break so we can just calm our nerves and be prepared to dive in this program this afternoon. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Okay, good afternoon. Once again, welcome to the show. If you're just joining us, my name is Goodness Friday, and I'm going to be your host on this station every Monday, yes, by 2, on the program Mending the Mind. Yes, Mending the Mind. We know as it is that the mind is a very big thing. It's sometimes we really don't think about it. The mind, it's a whole lot. The mind is a whole lot, you know. And some people don't know that the mind is actually a gateway to their life. Yes, that's what the mind is. There's a lot to the mind where people don't understand, they don't think about it. And so today we'll be talking about the mind first, because the program is Mending the Mind. So before we can say other things about the mind, how the mind functions, how it works, how we can keep it safe, how we can develop the mind, we need to first know what the mind is, what the mind is made up of. Do you understand? Yeah, that's why we're here today. Basically, now, some dictionary will say that the mind is a set of faculties responsible for mental phenomena. A set. When they say a set is not just a thing. A set has to do with lay down of things. For example, you want to build a house. There are sets of blocks, you can't just put the roof in. There must be a foundation, there must be this. Do you understand? So, you can say that the mind is a set of faculties responsible for mental phenomena. And often this term is identified with the phenomena themselves. The faculty includes sensation, imagination, will, memory, and thought. Yes, memory and thought. And they are responsible for various mental phenomena also, like perception, pain, experiences, belief, desire, intention, and emotions. Yeah, but most people don't actually understand it. When they say the mind, they just think the mind is something, it just 4 letters, I-M-I-N-D. No, it's not. It's more than that. It's more than that. So that's what we'll be looking at today. The mind. So I want us to take time today and just enjoy the show. Do you understand? We are not rushing it at all. We're taking our time, because something we need to take our time to understand. So if you're joining us just a few seconds ago, just hold on. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back. Do you understand? Just take another music break to just calm down our nerves. Stay tuned. I'm still your host, Goodness Friday. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Goodness Friday, on this station, Praise Mix Radio. You can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. On Facebook and Instagram, we are Praise Mix Official. And then on YouTube, we are Praise Mix TV. And you can follow me too, Goodness Friday, on Facebook, Goodness Friday, on Instagram, Goodness Friday, on YouTube. Just so simple. So today, we are talking about the mind. The mind, I said, the mind is a very large discussion. It's a very large discussion. So now I want us to understand something. when you're talking about the mind, when you're discussing the mind, there are three basic areas to consider. That's the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. Now, some people don't actually know that these things exist. Do you understand? They exist. Now, even the Bible talks about the mind. But some people don't see how serious it is. Yes. Scripture says in the book of Romans 12 and verse 2, he said, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So if the scripture talks about the mind, that means there's something about the mind. I said earlier that the mind of every man is a gateway to his life. Yes. And then the mind is the intellect of a man. I want us to understand this thing, that in every making of a mind, of a man, in every making of a man is the development of that man's mind. If you want to make any man, you must make sure you develop the mind of that person. Okay, and I said there are three factors or three areas we need to consider when talking about the mind. And I said first, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is the parts we are aware of. That's the only thing. That's the only part of the mind we are all conscious and aware of. The conscious mind. The conscious mind. Do you understand? The conscious mind is the mind that knows, yes, if someone opens this door now, or someone picks this seat up, that mind is conscious. Yes, you can see. Do you understand? Now, but that's not all it is. Now, when someone, for example, when they say the mind, the only thing that pops up to people's consciousness is the conscious mind. And then we have the unconscious mind also. Now, the unconscious mind is the creator of dreams. The unconscious mind is a creator of dreams. Now, one of my mentors said something to me when he said, when anything gets to your subconscious mind, then you've actually known that thing. For example, you're learning how to drive. For the very first time, it's very, very difficult for you to drive with just one hand. It's very, very difficult because you're doing it for the very first time. But once you've done this over a time, and then it gets to your subconscious mind, you can even be drinking water and you're driving. Why? Because it has gotten to your conscious mind. It has gotten to your subconscious mind rather. It has gotten there, it has sink into your subconscious mind. And now, it's very, very difficult for some people to do two things at a time. For example, as I'll give this instance. As an instrumentalist, a drummer, let's use a drummer for example. There's what we call syncopations. And syncopation has to do with you playing different strokes. Maybe, for example, your right hand is counting a 4 count, your right leg is doing a 2 count, then your left leg is doing a 3 count. It's very, very difficult to do that. But over time, when you keep the rehearsal going, over time, you'll be surprised. You'll not be conscious of it anymore. You just keep doing it unconsciously. When you see some guys on the drums playing a lot of skills, you're like, this guy is good. No, initially the guy was not that good. But over time, practice, until it got to his subconscious mind. It sank. Now let me give you an instance again. There's some songs we never sat down to score consciously. There's some songs, for those of you that have children at home, some songs your children sing. You're like, when did this child learn this song? No, they never had that time to sit down to learn it. This is how it happened. Over time, They go to school, they hear it in the bus. They come back from school, they hear someone play it on the street. And then on TV, the advert, they play the same song. Sometimes the child wants to use your phone to call the uncle, and the ringback tone is that song. So it has been programmed. It keeps sinking into the subconscious mind, unknowingly to you, unknowingly to you. Now, an illustration was made some time ago. A fish was placed in a vase, very transparent, and then now there was something like a transparent glass also. A food was placed at this other end, then the fish was at the other end. And now every time the fish swim towards the food, the fish will eat the head or its mouth at the transparent glass. That happens over time. 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, a week, and a month. Then after a few months, they remove the transparent glass. Then every time the fish swims to that point, the fish goes back on its own. The fish goes back on its own. What happened? Now it has been conditioned into its subconscious mind that this thing is not possible. You can't get past this place. Do you understand? so that's one thing about the subconscious mind. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. We definitely might not have a whole day to talk on this, but over time, the program continues every Monday. We'll keep talking about it. It's a large topic. And then we'll try and see how we can expatiate it more. Do you understand? We've not even gone anywhere. We're just on the surface. Do you understand? So we are still talking about the subconscious mind. And then I'd like us to just relax. While we'll go back and take a little music break, and then we'll be back to still talk a little on the mind. So just stay tuned. I'm still your host, Goodness Friday, and you're on Praise Mix Radio. Mending the Mind is a program. So, beautiful people, if you're just joining us, I'm your host, Goodness Friday, on Praise Mix Radio, and we're talking about the mind. So, quickly we'll be running up, but before we do that, I would like to just brush through what we talked about before now. We talked about the mind, and I said that the mind is a set of faculties responsible for mental phenomena. And then I said, when you're talking about the mind, there are three areas, three aspects you need to bear in mind. The conscious of this, the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind. Please don't get it mixed up, please. The conscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is the part we are aware of. That is the part we think with. Do you understand? And this part is easily manipulated. It's easily manipulated. Do you understand? And then we have the unconscious mind. But the unconscious mind is the creator of dreams. Yes, it's the creator of dreams. And now we have the subconscious mind. Now, if you really want to manipulate a man, the subconscious mind is where you need to focus on. You need to change a man. You want to change a man's mindset. The subconscious mind is where, because that's the subconscious mind is a data bank for everything which is not known to the conscious mind. Do you understand? So we really need to take time and reminisce on this. There's a lot to talk about, but because of time constraint, we will just take it bit by bit. Definitely next week we'll be here, same time, 2 p.m. on Praise Mix Radio. You can follow us on our social media handle. We still remain Praise Mix on Facebook and Instagram, Praise Mix Official. On YouTube, we are Praise Mix TV. And then you can follow me also. I'm Goodness Friday on YouTube. I'm Goodness Friday on Instagram. I'm Goodness Friday on Facebook. So that's That's simple. That's simple. But before I leave today, I'll leave you with this. I want you to know that nothing gets to a man except it goes through your mind. Nothing gets to a man except it goes through your mind. We'll see you again next week. I remain your humble host. Good next Friday. Catch you.